Good morning to one and all. Today I am going to tell you about operating system and my name is Sharmila Mumtaz. The functions of operating system. So the functions of operating system are memory management, processor management, device management, file management, security, error detection. Memory management. So here in the memory it keeps tracks of primary memory. So what part of it is are used by whom and which part are not in use. So here in the primary memory, the memory here which part is necessary and which part is not necessary is managed by the memory management. In multi-programming, the operating system decides which processor will get into the memory and how much memory is used by the programmer. So it allocates the memory when the processor is running. So and it deallocates the memory when the processor is no longer using is in the CPU or it is terminated. So memory management is done by the operating system. It allocates when it is necessary and deallocates when the processor is not in the operating system. Next, processor management. An operating system does the following activities for processor management. That is, it keeps a records of processor. So which processor are in active mode and the status of the processor. The program responsibility for this task is known as the traffic controller. So it allocates some processor to process the CPU and it deallocates the processor when the processor is no longer required. So it releases the processor. Next is the device management. Here the device management is nothing but the systems, that is this input, output, keyboard, all this comes under the device management. It keeps tracks of all the devices that is responsible for the tasks. That controls the IO controller. It decides which processor gets the device when and how much time it is utilized. It allocates the device in the most efficient manner and it deallocates the device when it is not necessary. So in this way it manages the devices. Next is the file management. So here file is nothing but a record or a track. Here an operating system does the following activity for file management. That is, it keeps a track of information, location, uses and status etc. of a particular record. It collectively facilitates are often known as a file system. Decides who gets the resources, who gets the resources and allocates those resources to the resource person, and it also deallocates the resources. Security. In order to protect the data in multi-user operating system, the operating system allows a password to the user so that other cannot see or change the files of the user. So nowadays for everything, even for our mobiles also we are maintaining password, for email, for everything we are maintaining security. So in order to protect our data, we are maintaining the password. With the help of password, we are providing security to the system. Error detection. Here, when a hardware device or a program in the computer is not working properly, then the operating system gives a message to the user. The operating system will also rectify the minor errors in the system. Whenever we are doing some programming, some errors will come during the compile time. Some errors will be automatically handled by the operating systems and some errors will be handled by us. So error detections can also be done by the operating systems. Now coming to the computer system architecture. In computer system architecture, we have single processor system, multi-processor system and a cluster system. In a single processor, almost only one system will be in this single processor. All the systems have special purpose processor. So the special purpose processor are disk, keyboard and the graphical controllers. On mainframes, they may come in form of more general purpose processor such as IO processor that move data rapidly among the components of the system. The use of special purpose microprocessor is common and does not turn a single processor system into a multiprocessor. If there is only one general purpose CPU, then the system is known as a single processor system. Multi-processor system. Here the name itself indicates multi means more than one processor. So two or more processor in close are communicating with each other, are sharing the same bus, then they are known as a multi-purpose system. Here in multi-purpose system there are two types, asymmetric multiprocessor and the symmetric multiprocessor. In asymmetric multiprocessor we have master slave. Master means it acts as the leader and the slave means this all the processor will listen to the master processor. In the, for example, in our class, if you take the class leader, he act as the master and the remaining students act as a slave. In symmetric multiprocessing means we have many processors. So all the processors are giving equal importance in symmetric multiprocessing. Next, coming to the cluster system. Here in cluster systems differ from multiprocessor. However, in that they are composed of two or more individual systems coupled together is known as a cluster system. The cluster system work just as that of a local area network. Thank you one and all.